What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Let me adjust the audio for this music real quick. Testing, testing, testing. I think we're good. Testing, testing. Alright, let me know if the music is too loud or anything like that, guys. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Let's give everybody a few minutes here to join. I posted the link on Discord, posted the link on X, posted the link on Instagram too, so we should be good to go. Just gonna give everybody a few minutes. We kind of started the stream a little bit earlier today. Well, not earlier, but you know, I turned it on with a few minutes to spare, right? We're already 8 minutes into the stream, so just gonna give everybody a few more minutes, minute or two here to join, and we're gonna get started again. Same as every night, same as every morning. The pairs we're gonna go over today are gonna be the ones you see on the right hand side with the red flag on it. It's gonna be AU, EURCAD, EU, GBPAUD, GJGU, US30, USDCAD, USDZAR, Gold, Bitcoin, and USOIL. But if you guys have any questions about any other pair, just let me know. If you guys want me to do a breakdown on any other pair, whether or not they're on the list, let me know, and we'll go over them. Today we're gonna, do what we usually do. Today is the market breakdown. Well, tonight's session is the market breakdown isolation session, where we just go over all the pairs that we have on our list. We talk about which ones are the best ones to keep an eye on for the morning. We'll talk about the moves that happened today. We had the first set of news for the week. CPI news, a lot of crazy movements happened, right? If you traded, pretty much if you took any trades before 8:30, you most likely had your break even was hit, stop losses were hit. If you took trades after the CPI and you continue to follow the trend, then it was a pretty beautiful day to trade for you. So again, we'll talk about the movements and everything like that. We'll start off with AU. We'll just give everybody another minute. We'll start at 6:03 and then we'll get started. Again, personally for me today, I didn't take any trades. I don't usually really trade on use days like that, especially when there is no continuation movements with the overall pattern, right? If it would have been different, for example, on a pair like AU, where we're in an overall downtrend pattern and the overall market makers patterns, the daily time frame, right? But the fact that we're still making higher highs and higher lows, we had a 372 going counter, everything like that, I just decided to stay away from it. So I didn't really look at any pairs today. Was really keeping an eye on GU, was keeping a close eye on GCAD, but didn't have any real entries really to be taking any trades. Gold was also a very good one to keep an eye on, but again, wasn't confident in any of those pairs since we were pretty much trading against the trend. So for AU, at this point, we're already pretty much trading for Thursday, so I'm not gonna go into crazy details in the daily or the 4-hour time frame. We still know the 4-hour time frame. We are still trading between low, high, lower, low, right? So we're still trading between this 4-hour low, this 4-hour high. We know that the internal structure in the 4-hour time frame started breaking above, finally gave us higher highs and higher lows. So again, at this moment, we're still just moving counter. Price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So before I could even continue, before I could even enter trades going short, I need to make sure that the price, right, and market structure are equaling up to what the shorts are, right? I need to see lower lows and lower highs. Instead, what are we seeing? Higher highs and higher lows, right? And if we really notice in the internal time frame, higher high, higher low, and all of this is part of the same trend, higher high. So at this moment, I can't be looking to, let's continue to take these shorts. Like, no, we already know that right now price is rejecting these highs. Price here could continue this push up to the top side to continue the push, right? So I just want to be very, very clear, right, with the entries that I take. I want to make sure that everything makes sense. I want to make sure that everything is flowing together. I want to make sure that if I'm taking shorts, I'm seeing lower lows and lower highs. If I'm taking longs, right, if I'm buying into a stock, I want to make sure that I'm seeing higher highs and higher lows, right? If the daily time frame is giving me higher highs and higher lows, and the 4-hour time frame is consolidating, and then the 30-minute time frame is giving me higher highs and higher lows, or vice versa. I completely forgot what I said about the daily, but if the daily is showing me one thing and the other time frames are giving me the other, I just decide to stay away. Now, if the daily is trending higher highs and higher lows, and the 4-hour is trending higher highs and higher lows, and the 30-minute is trending higher highs and higher lows, then we know we could take those trades. It's a super clean, super simple trades to be taking, right? But once again, looking at just price today, right? Let's get down to business. So we still know that we're trading between the same 30-minute low, the same 30-minute high. We had 2 days of rise. Today we were expecting price to give us a new high, and that's exactly what price did. It ended up giving us a rise drop, right? But since this is going counter, I'm not going to mark this as a rise drop. We're just going to mark this as a drop. Now, could we be expecting price to give us a 4th-day variation on a counter rises? I'm not expecting it, but it could still happen. But also I'm looking at the STP and the ADR. The fact that we had such a steep pullback, right? We had a 52 pip pullback on this pair. I'm not expecting price to give me a 4th-day variation where we push up to the top side. However, we also know that we were looking for a break of structure of this little zone. Did we get a valid break of structure? No, right? We had one candle break above, then we had the next candle being the red candle come right back down into the zone. For this to be considered a valid break of structure, we needed to see again. We'll pull out the screenshot, right? For it to be a valid break of structure, we needed to see a second green candle, right? Or in a downtrend, a second red candle, or it could be a third one, a fourth one. But we need to see another candle after the first testing candle, right? We need to see it close above that first candle, and it has to not be touching the break of structure, right? So we still don't have a valid break of structure of this daily zone. So could price continue to turn around and continue to make those internal lower lows and lower highs that we could see? Absolutely, right? We also know, let's look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour real quick just to make sure we're not trading within any engulfing candles. So nothing in the 4, nothing in the 1. In the 30-minute we have a small one, right? Green, red. However, this pattern is not what I like to see, so I'm not gonna mark it. 15-minute, we could go away with the 15-minute here on AU, but no engulfing candles. So at this moment, just gonna wait it out, and we'll see what price wants to do going into tomorrow. Should be a very interesting pair to keep an eye on for sure. Take a sip of water real quick. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. Euro AUD finally broke above the zone of consolidation, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Price was consolidating pretty much all week, and we finally got the break above. So now that we finally got this break above the zone, right, let's talk about what movements we could be expecting. So in the daily time frame, Euro AUD, we know we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We know that right now price is at the top of the zone of consolidation, so it's not the best place to look for a trade. We have a month of rise, so we have no continuations. In the 4-hour time frame, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the 4th week, we were expecting a no net or a drop, and it gave us a drop, right? And we know that we're still trading between the same 4-hour high and the same 4-hour low, and the daily highs and the daily lows. This week, internally, price was giving us lower low, lower high, lower low. Price consolidated, right, and broke above the zone of consolidation. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that price could still be trading between the internal lower lows and lower highs, right? So we want to be very careful taking these trades going long, right? And in the 30-minute time frame, we know that we're still trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows down here. So we still haven't tapped into the 30-minute lows. We still haven't tapped into the 30-minute highs. Right now, we're just strictly following market structure. So at this moment, we want to be very careful taking these buys in this area, right? Because if we take these buys, could this just be a lower high for price to continue this downtrend push into lower lows? Absolutely. So we want to be very careful taking these trades. We have no engulfing candles in the daily, nothing in the 4-hour, nothing in the 30. So nothing in the 1 hour, right? Nothing in the 30. So at this moment, again, for Euro AUD, I want to keep a very close eye on it. But again, I also want to be very cautious about taking these trades. We'll wait this one out. EURCAD, beautiful, right? Exactly what we were looking for. The price pretty much gave us the entry during Asia session and gave us the entire push. So even though yes, this is what we were looking for, right, in compares to what we were talking about, right, we just couldn't grab an entry. This was moving way too early for us. It was moving during Asia session. I don't trade during Asia or London session, so the movement for this for EURCAD did not give us the entry criteria, but it did give us the movements that we were talking about. So beautiful trade. EURCAD at this moment, again, we already have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, we know market must chop or drop. We know that we are expecting price to break above these highs, but we are expecting price to come down and come cover these gaps in the 30-minute time frame at the lows of the zone. So this is going to be another pair where at this moment, you know, we had really good moves in the last 3 days, but now we are expecting price to give us a pullback back down to the bottom. So EURCAD will let it go until it's ready to start pushing back up to the top side. EURUSD daily time frame, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. However, we are at the top of the zone of consolidation in an uptrend, so we know this is not the best place to look for a trade. Looking at market structure as well, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we are currently in the higher high, which is also not the best place to be looking for buys. We want to either see price give us a higher low, a pullback to the bottom to then continue to push into a higher high, or this is where we'll start seeing price try to consolidate for a little bit. This is also a pair that did exactly what we wanted to see yesterday, right? The two possibilities that we talked about in yesterday's stream was either going to be we're either going to get price to give us a pullback into a higher low to continue into this 372 for price to continue to push, or we'll see price just consolidate and then price is going to break above the highs to continue to push, and that's exactly what price did. Damn, I don't know why my allergies are kicking my ass today, but like, I feel like I'm forcing myself to talk this loud. So again, after 3 days of rise, we already know market must chop or drop, so this is another pair that I'm pretty much just going to be keeping a very close eye on, but I'm not expecting price to continue. We also could update the 30-minute time frame. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, right? We had this 30-minute low and these 30-minute highs, and now price broke above the highs and we're trading higher high, higher low, and these 30-minute highs over here to make the higher high. So now we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low down here and these 30-minute highs up here. And then there's 372, we could delete that since that's not what we're looking for. In the 4-hour 2, we could update our higher highs and higher lows. We had change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, and again, this is one where for this break of structure to be valid, we want to see price break above this candle here. Did we get that candle closure? Nothing yet. So at this moment, we're still just testing these highs, and price could still push back down to the bottom, right, and give us a fake out of the highs. So at this moment, we're just going to be waiting for price to break above the highs before we could continue to look for price to continue to push to the top side. We also don't have any continuations, so we'll wait this one out for sure and wait to see what price wants to do for pretty much the end of the rest of this month and going into next week. But EU is looking good, right? We'll keep a very close eye on. GA price is just moving sideways, so this one is still the same thing we've been talking about since Sunday. So I'm not gonna do any crazy breakdowns for this pair. We're still looking for the same thing. Either the break of the highs to continue or a break of the lows to continue. So we could still see that price is still rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, going back to the highs. So GA, I won't be trading it until then. GBPCAD, right? This is one that did not do what we were expecting, right? Out of all the pairs, this is the one pair that we already kind of understood why we weren't going to get that push to the top side for 372. And again, we talked about it yesterday. This isn't something that we're talking about in hindsight. This isn't something that we're talking about, you know, because it happened, now we know. No, this is something that we already talked about, right? This is a pair that I'm not expecting price to continue this 372 based on the market structure. right? We're pretty much in a higher high. In a higher high, I'm not looking for double bottoms in a higher high. I'm not looking for bullish engulfing candles in a higher high, right? In a higher high, I'm expecting price to go down. I'm expecting price to give me the higher low to then continue into those higher lows to make higher highs, right? We knew that we were trading between lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? In a lower high, I'm not looking for a double bottom in a lower high, right? I'm waiting to see, okay, is this where price is going to continue to fake traders out and continue to make higher highs and higher lows in the internal time frame, how we were in the 30-minute, or is this where price is going to turn back around and continue to start going down? And that's exactly what price did. It went down. So once again, understanding market structure, guys, and being able to see that is going to be able to let you know, right? It's going to be able to allow you to see what the high probability trades are versus the low probability trades are. So again, I'm sorry, it's like my allergies are kicking me today. My throat kind of hurts and nose is a little stuffy, so bear with me. I'm over here like drinking water as much as I can as well, because I get like caught in mouth too when this shit happens. So but again, any questions, guys, let me know. Something that doesn't make any sense, just let me know and I'll try to explain it better, or you know, with a little bit more details. And you know, I like to draw out a lot of things as well so it can make sense for everybody. But you know, again, yes, in the 30-minute we could see price giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? But when you go into a higher time frame and you can see exactly how price is moving, you start seeing that those higher highs and higher lows in the internal time frame was really price, again, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and this push to the top side was just a lower high being made in the external time frame. So being able to see that, right, allowed us to be like, okay, cool, this could just be the retest of the lower low, the previous lower low that was made, right, the break of structure, to then continue into lower lows to make lower highs. So being able to see that already gave us that foot forward to let us know, like, hey, yeah, there's nothing wrong with being able to look for longs into this area, but being able to put the picture, the pieces of the puzzle together and understand the reasons why this might not work out will just put you at such an advantage against the markets, where you can make rational decisions as to why you took a trade and why you didn't take a trade, right? Instead of guessing where price is gonna go. So right now for GCAD, we're just gonna let it go. Again, GCAD is one I am expecting price to continue this downtrend push, so I'm not gonna be looking for any trades. Rabi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everything is making sense. Again, if you need me to explain anything, you know, just let me know and I'll do my best with the answer. GU, very similar to US30 and gold. We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market at the moment, where we could still see price making higher high, higher low. All of this part of the same trend, higher high, right? So we understand that these downtrend pushes could just be price giving us a higher low to continue to make higher high. However, for GJ, I am expecting price to give me a steeper low. I am expecting price to at least push down into these areas down here, and this is where we'll see price turn back around to continue to go up, or this is where we'll see price finally start the downtrend push that we've all been waiting for, you know, for a very long time, right? We've been looking for these downtrend pushes to start pretty much, you know, if we go back into the chart, we were expecting those downtrend pushes to really start around 2022 in December, right? So we could see how a lot of those traders going short got really faked out here in this area where price started making lower lows, right? Made everybody believe that this was the inducement of the highs to continue to make lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then what did price do? Completely turned around from the lower high and started making higher highs and higher lows pretty much from February of 2023 all the way to present time. So right now for GJ, that's pretty much what we're looking for, right? Again, we're at a situation where we're either going to continue to trade from higher highs and higher lows to continue to make higher high, or this is where price is finally going to turn back around and continue this downtrend push. But we'll just wait for those confirmations, right? Right now we don't really have any confirmations in the daily time frame. The 4-hour time frame, the confirmation is pretty much going to be if price breaks these lows and gives us a break of structure. If price gives us that break of structure of these lows, that pretty much gives us the confirmation that, hey, price is finally starting to push down to the bottom. And then going into the 30-minute time frame, again, this is where we see price still making smaller higher highs and higher lows, just trying to still fake traders out. But we know that externally, we're still trading between lower low, lower high, and all of this is part of the same trend, lower low. So we know we're trading between this 30-minute low and these 30-minute highs. So these pushes up to the top side that we could still see price giving us higher highs and higher lows. This could still all be the pullback, right, to make a lower high to then continue to make lower lows to the bottom. So right now it's just really a waiting game. As we can see, prices just kind of moving sideways, just faking traders out. You know, the impatient traders who doesn't see who they can't see. You know, when prices is just in the zone of consolidation, which we've been in pretty much all week this week, even though we could still see higher highs, just notice how price is really reacting. Price isn't really going anywhere. It's closing and opening pretty much in the same areas that we've been in, right? Especially today. Today price is just moving sideways completely. So right now for GJ, I'm also not going to be really entertaining this pair. I'm going to wait it out to start seeing real trends. Once we could see the trends start moving for GJ, then we'll start taking those trades. But as of right now, again, I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and wait it out. This is also a pair we were expecting price to give us a new high, which we got. We got a little rise in no net. So could we be expecting price to continue this uptrend push and give us that 4-day variation the same way we pretty much did at the beginning of this week? It could happen, but it's not something I'm really expecting out of GJ at this point. Let's see if we can see any engulfing candles here. Nothing in the daily time frame. Right, nothing in the 4. In the 1 hour, we don't have any engulfing candles either. And I'm not going to go lower than the 30-minute on this pair. Right, and nothing on the 30-minute. Going into GU, and we're almost done here, guys. We're only missing 6 pairs, right? US30, USDCAD, ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. Well, Bitcoin we don't really go over during tonight's session, but we'll take a close look at it. So GU did exactly what we talked about, right? We had 3 days of rise. On the 3rd day of rise, gave us a rise no net. So we were expecting yesterday to give us this 4th-day variation. So we already knew that today price was either going to consolidate and give us a no net, or we'll continue to start seeing a downtrend push back down to the bottom and give us a pullback. And that's exactly what we got. We got a nice little pullback for this pair. So we are expecting a steeper pullback, as I said yesterday, right? I am expecting price for GU to continue this downtrend push at least up until the low of the 30-minute zone. However, I could be expecting price to push down and give us a little inducement to make everybody believe that this is where price is going to continue to make lower lows and lower highs and go down to our 30-minute engulfing candle, and this is where price is going to continue that uptrend push to the top side. So at this moment, you know, nothing really to update in the 4 hour, the daily time frame. We're in V1, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation and uptrend. So again, we also understand that this is not the best place to look for a trade. At the top of the zone consolidation, I would love to see price first give us a break of structure of the highs, but obviously before price could go all the way up there, the 30-minute time frame is going to have to let us know what price wants to do, right? If we continue the downtrend push and we reject these and we break below these lows, then we know price is just going to continue to go lower and lower. But if price does something like this where we test these lows and we continue to push up to the top side, then perfect. We know exactly what we're going to be looking for. Little candy in a pocket, she gonna take off like you already know. US30 went a little bit opposite of what we were kind of expecting, so I didn't take any trades here. Obviously price, as soon as that 830 news hit, it wicked everybody in and out of trades, and then after that 830, you know, price just continued to trend up to the top side. So we have 2 days of rise. Could we be expecting a 372 once again? It could happen, but I'm not expecting it. We know that we have a 30-minute gap here at the bottom of the market, so I am eventually expecting price to continue this downtrend push. However, we also know that we have a 30-minute gap up here at the top side. We know that we are still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us a lower low all the way to the bottom. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. So could price continue this uptrend push for now in the internal time frame? 100%. There's no doubt about it. So once again, it's not a move I was expecting for today for US30, but it is something that we know could have happened, and we talked about that yesterday. We were also in a zone of consolidation. We broke above the zone of consolidation on what day is it today? Today's Wednesday. On Tuesday, right? And since we already broke above the zone on Tuesday, we already understood that price could definitely continue this push to the top side, especially since we broke above the zone of consolidation. So again, we'll let US30 move. Nothing really crazy there. I'm still expecting price to give us a pullback. USDCAD is another one I'm not really gonna do a breakdown on. I'm not really expecting to, I'm not really trading this one for now, so I'll let this one move as well. We're still trading between lower low, lower high. Pretty much all of this is still the same trend, so lower low down here. USDZAR is another one that I'm not trading yet until we go into the 30-minute zone to the bottom side. So again, I'm not really gonna update this one either. Gold finally started the downtrend push. Right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Price then gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low. Right, price broke these highs, gave us a higher high, and then it went down and did what? Boop, change of character, lower low. Right, so now we know that we're trading between this change of character, lower low down here. Now let's update this real quick. We had this high up here, these highs broke, gave us these lows here that gave us a change of character. Alright, gave us a day of drop yesterday. Today, price gave us 2 days of drop. Could we be expecting a 372? Absolutely. Going short. That's what I'll be expecting going into today for gold. So we'll be looking for a pullback. If we can get that pullback, then we'll have a beautiful trade going into tomorrow. So let's see. If we could get price to give us a pullback into this area, then we know we'll see something like this happen. That's what I'll be expecting for gold. Bitcoin, I'm not going to do any update on this one. We had 2 days of rise. Today gave us a third day of rise and finished on a rise drop. Could we be expecting a fourth day of variation where we continue that push up to the top side? Very steep pullback, but it could happen. Let's check if we had any engulfing candles. Nothing on the 4, nothing on the 1, and I'm not going to go lower than the 30 on Bitcoin. And then last but not least, Euro was good. Wait, what was the stream, my brother? My bad, I didn't see the message earlier. I was a little locked in with these pairs. Last but not least, oil. Right, oil also gave us a beautiful move, exactly what we were looking for. Only thing that it didn't give us was a retest of the 30-minute engulfing that we had. So not exactly what we were looking for, but it's what we were expecting. Right, so we still know we're still trading between the same 30-minute lows, 30-minute highs. We still have the same 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows. We had price giving us 2 days of drop. Could we be expecting a 372 to be given going into tomorrow? 100%. So this is definitely going to be pretty much for the watch list for tomorrow, right? For Thursday, it's pretty much going to be oil and gold. Who would have thought? Right, oil and gold are pretty much the best ones to be keeping an eye on for tomorrow. So we don't have no continuations in the 4-hour. We have no continuations here in the daily time frame, the 30-minute. All we have is 2 days of drop. We have no engulfing candles in the 4-hour, no engulfing candles in the daily, no engulfing candles in the 1-hour. In the 30-minute, we have a small engulfing candle here at the top of the zone. But I don't believe price will give us a pullback all the way to the top to then go down. What I could expect maybe is for price to then possibly give us a third day low, right? And towards the end of the day, right? Thursday going into Friday will end up somewhere up here, and then Friday going into next week is where we'll expect price to go back down to the bottom. That is something that could potentially happen, but very low probability for that to happen. Very low. But that's pretty much today's session, guys. Any questions, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Any pairs in, it could be either one that we already did or a one that we didn't look at, just let me know. Any questions at all, just let me know before we get off. I'll give you guys about a minute or two here to ask any questions. If no questions, then we'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. AUD USD, no problem. So AU, right, this is a pair that for today we were expecting price to give us a new high, right? But let's start from the daily time frame, right? This is a pair that's in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom, right? So what I do like about AU in the higher time frames is that we could see price was giving us at one point higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And then gave us a lower low, right? So we understand that right now in the lower time frames, right? So we go to the 4-hour, this little lower low, lower high, lower low, right, turned into higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're in a situation where AU right now is, yes, even though we're in a external downtrend, in a complete market makers patterns downtrend, right now the lower time frames if we go to the 4-hour, we can see higher highs and higher lows. In the 30-minute, we can see higher highs and higher lows, right? But could these higher highs and higher lows in the 30-minute time frame, right, could it just be, again, could it just be part of the pullback to continue to make high, lower low, lower high, to then continue and make a lower low? So at this moment for AU, again, I don't trade against the trend either, so I won't be looking for longs personally. But what I am looking for, pretty much just to keep it simple into today, right, we know that the break happened, right, to make this higher high and higher low, right? We know we're trading higher high, higher low, and all of this is part of the same trend, right, into a higher high, right? So what I'm pretty much looking at now is if price breaks below these lows here, then this is where we'll see price continue this downtrend push back down to the bottom into here, right, into the 30-minute low. If price breaks these 30-minute lows, then we'll continue to see price go down. If not, this is where price is going to reject the lows to then continue the uptrend push that we're in. So I like to just keep these little zones, especially when prices are trending counter against the overall trend, right? When they're counter trending, I like to just keep it simple and kind of play it, you know, zone by zone, if that makes any sense. So pretty much we'll see what price does here, right? If AU decides to reject, right, if it doesn't break these highs, or I'm sorry, if it doesn't break these lows, then this is also where we'll see price do something like this. So if price breaks these lows, we know we'll continue to see price continue that push to the bottom. If it rejects the lows and just continues the uptrend push, then we know we could take these longs going into, you know, Asia session, London session. Hope that made sense. Any other questions, let me know. Let me check Discord and Twitter as well. Discord, everybody's good. Yep, everybody's good. On X, everybody's good as well. I have an open position in those lows. Yes, it made sense. Okay, perfect. Yeah, these lows really, you know, getting into buys at these lows makes sense, right? We're not gonna sit here and say, oh no, it doesn't make sense. No, it makes sense, right? Because, you know, we had a break of the zone of consolidation. We never had a retest, right? This is the retest of those lows, so it makes sense. However, again, we understand that these higher highs and higher lows in the 30-minute time frame, you know, is not strong, because in the daily time frame, in the 4-hour time frame, this higher high and higher low could just be the push to make lower highs, right? Again, if it doesn't make sense, I'll draw it out, right? Like right now, we know that we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. In this lower low, price started making higher started making that push to the top side, making higher highs and higher lows to make an external lower high. So in these lower highs, right, if you get trapped into buys to think that the internal time frame is still making higher highs and higher lows, this is where price could turn right back around and continue to make lower lows, right? So I would say, again, it is not bad getting into those trades, but once again, I would just be very cautious, right? If you start seeing that price is coming back to your break even or is starting to break these lows, then that's when I'll just cut losses short instead of waiting for price to reach, you know, I'm assuming your stop loss is probably down here, right? I would cut losses a lot sooner than that at that point. But I would just be very cautious with those trades. But again, it could happen. It could work out, right? The same, pretty much the same situation we had with EURCAD yesterday, right? Yesterday for EURCAD, there was a beautiful trade. But why didn't we take it? Personally, I didn't take this trade on EURCAD because externally we were still making lower lows and lower highs. So, sometimes the probabilities are in your favor, but again, 9 out of 10 times, if you take that same trade tomorrow, that might not work out in your favor tomorrow. So, again, it's trading. I don't want to make everybody super cautious in the markets. Again, everybody has a different strategy too at the end of the day, right? The way I trade and the way I mark up my charts could be completely different the way that you're marking your charts up, but at the end of the day, we're possibly looking at the same thing, right? So, you know, it's in trading, there's never one strategy that works for everybody. Again, you could build a chair, right, differently than I built a chair. But at the end of the day, when we finish building the chair, did we both accomplish the same thing? That's what trading is. And that's what a lot of people won't tell you in trading. A lot of people will make you believe that, no, you have to learn it this way because this is the only way, but it's not true, right? Somebody who's trading ICT, right? If you put an ICT trader and an SMC trader in the same room, and at the end of the day, they'll have the same outcomes, right? If obviously you're trading the right way, right? So you could have a pattern trader trade against, what's another fucking harmonic pattern trader. Well, that's the same thing as patterns, right? You could have a pattern trader and a turtle soup, right? Whatever those people trade. And at the end of the day, again, if they're both good traders, we're not talking about somebody who just started yesterday. No, like experienced traders. They all trade differently, but at the end of the day, they all have the same results. They all have the same outcome. So, again, there is no perfect strategy in trading. It's just whatever works for you and finding your edge in the market. And the way you find your edge in the market is by studying, right? The markets really is something that you have to teach yourself. Yeah, you could have a mentor, you could have somebody teaching you something, but the more you look at your charts, the more you kind of are like, damn, this makes sense. I'm gonna start, doing this in the charts. So, hope everything for this session made sense. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session at 6 a.m. from 6 to 10:30 a.m. So, if any more questions, let me know. If not, we'll be done and we'll see you guys in the morning. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your night. Thanks. No problem. No problem.